What's going on, guys? It's your boy Leroy, and thank you for watching another episode of Philkotse Car Reviews. We're going to take a look at the Honda Civic 1.8S, see how it drives, see how it looks like, and I'm going to tell you and I'm going to show you why this is the Civic that you should be getting. Starting off with the front of the Honda Civic 1.8S, it still has that amazing swept headlamps right here, but the difference is instead of having LED headlamps, it's got halogen headlamps. I have no problems with that whatsoever. It still has the projector type halogen headlamps. It still has that great fog lamps right there. The front fascia features this solid wing face here. It's more prominent and more forward than the previous pre-facelift model. And if you notice the chin, it's more chiseled this time than the last one. So that's everything that's changed about the this facelifted model, especially the 1.8S. When it comes to the front, it still looks great. You can actually still pass this off as a Civic Type R. I think I know what I'm going to expect to see inside, but let's take a look anyway. Oh wow. Okay. It has the good old R18 engine right in here. It's a 1.8 liter, 4-cylinder, single overhead cam, chain-driven engine. That's right, guys. Honda's let go of those belt-driven engines. It now has a timing chain inside. It's one less thing to worry about. Now, the engine makes 141 horsepower and 174 Newton meters of torque. It runs on a sole CVT transmission. I mean, I'm not a fan of CVTs, but we're gonna take a look and see how it drives later on. What I love about Honda is that every single part in here is logically placed. You got the ABS right there, the batteries, the power steering, even the oxygen centers, and the oil panels right here. It's really easy for you to maintain. It's easy for you to replace some parts compared to more expensive brands. And I think that's one more thing that you have to consider if you choose to buy a Honda Civic over anything else. There are a couple more things about the exterior that I want to talk about, especially this side panel right here. I mean, with most of the reviews we've been doing on Philkotse.com, I've been neglecting the door panels and the design of how the panels look, because they're all boring. Yeah, boring. This one right here, it ain't boring. I mean, take a look at these character lines. There are actually two character lines sweeping from the front wheel arches, moving upwards up to the top of the rear wheel arch. It creates some sort of athletic stance. It looks like a puma. When you look at the mirror at the C-pillar, it actually looks like it kinks like that. It kinks to the side, creating some sort of character line as well from the top. It finishes off in the rear like a fastback. It creates a fastback design, gives you that illusion that this car is actually a fastback, although it is not. It's a full-on sedan. I love how the turn signal indicators are at the side there. It's kind of like a throwback from the 90s and 2000s cars where they have cheek lights. If you take a look at the more modern, more newer compact sedans out there, they don't have those cheek lights anymore. They're going to have those turn signal indicators in the side mirrors. This one does not have turn signal indicators in the side mirrors, and I think that's just fine. Right, so I got my gripe over these wheels. I mean, they're 16-inch wheels shot in 215/55 R16 mags. I mean, they're really chunky, they look good, but personally, I don't like the two-tone machined look. I think if you want to go for some better mags, you can talk to your agent. You can go head over to Philkotse.com. You can probably get the mags, the 16-inch mags of the 1.8E. Those, in my opinion, they look better. They're gunmetal gray mags. Or, like I said, I'll be giving you suggestions. I think 17-inch Rota slipstreams look good on this. Let's head over to my favorite part of the Honda Civic 1.8S, the rear. This big old behind right here, it's just a thing of beauty. The first time I saw this a couple of years ago, I think it changed the game entirely. I think in Honda's lineup of cars throughout its history, the only thing that can rival this in its iconic look would be the Honda CRX. If you remember that kind of car, I love it. You have to check it out. This camera right here, I think it looks kind of out of place. It looks like something that you could buy off one of those accessory shops, but it does its job, as I'll show you later on when we get to the inside. But take a look at these tail lamps. The 1.8E and the 1.8 the 1.5 RS has these tail lamps as well, but they're more LED. They have those light bars that they call them, but this one has incandescent tail lamp. So it does its job, it looks great, and you really won't mistake this for any other car on the road. And like all Honda Civic owners, we always envision that this is going to be the last thing that our fellow drivers would be seeing on the road. I'm just being honest right here, and I think Honda did a great job with how it looks. It's got those fake vents right here at the back, and it carries over from the front. Look at the trunk. It seems like it's going to be a fastback, but it's just a design. This one right here just opens up in a traditional manner. I'm going to show you that when we get to the interior, but I think one thing that's missing with the rear design, I mean, is maybe a windshield wiper. But it kind of looks like a hatch, doesn't it? From this angle especially, it really looks like a hatchback. The 1.8S and the 1.8E variants of the Honda Civic has this single exhaust in the back, unlike the 1.5 RS, which has dual exhaust pipes. So that's enough about the outside of the Honda Civic 1.8S. I want to show you how the inside looks, because the man maximum and machine minimum philosophy of Honda really shines bright in the Honda Civic. First, I got to show you a neat trick. Entry level, my sweet patootie. Even the entry level sedan that is the Honda Civic 1.8S has that automatic remote opening feature, so you can open up your trunk easily. Even if you have all those stuff with you, you don't have to go inside. If it's raining, it's really convenient, and it gives you access to all this space inside the cargo trunk. It even fits my own helmet, some pillows, this jockstrap right here. Sorry, I just put it aside. In that box, and I think it can actually fit two of me inside if we just spoon a little bit. So it's going to be no problem if you put 2 weeks worth of groceries inside, or maybe a balikbayan box. It's high enough. Should be good. And it has this low level of entry, so you can put in all your stuff, no problems. You don't have to break your back lifting it up all high. All you got to do is just lift it up easy, no problems. I think the cargo space actually shows and reflects a little bit of the juvenile side in the Honda Civic, even for the current model. It doesn't forget the fans. Even if you put your own subwoofer in there, it's not going to sacrifice a lot of cargo space, even if you do so. It's time for us to take a look at the inside of the Honda Civic. Oh, I know this is a new model, but I feel right at home. Everything is in its logical place. There's none of that fake carbon fiber, none of that fake wood trim, since this is the entry-level model. But like I said, I actually prefer the entry-level model because of those things, or the lack of those things. Instead of fake carbon fiber or fake wood, it has this black trim. It's not piano black, so it doesn't catch any fingerprints at all. It's got soft touch plastics in places where it matters. The center console, the center glove box right here, solid. It's not going anywhere. It is a testament to Honda's craftsmanship and quality. The driving position, it's perfect for me, but if you need to get the perfect driving position, you can just simply adjust it with these manual adjustments. So there's none of that electronic adjustment stuff here. You can just move it forward the old-fashioned way, but I appreciate that Honda put in the adjustable steering wheel, so you can still adjust it for reach and brake, and you'll get your perfect position. I'll show you the perfect position for Honda Civics later on. It's got traction control, which I appreciate, but it does not have cruise control. That's again one less thing that you have to worry about that's not going to break. So you can control your media settings right here, but if you don't feel like it, there's this 7-inch touchscreen. There's no Apple CarPlay, no Android Auto, but it doesn't have one of those newer touchscreens from Honda that has the volume knob, but instead you get these capacitive buttons, but none of that sliding BS that it had. So the 1.8S has this more simple 7-inch touchscreen where you can put in the USB. There's the aux jack somewhere there, but again, no Android Auto. It's easy for you to pair your Bluetooth device to this. Actually, it just took me 1 minute to put mine. And it pushes sound through 4 speakers instead of 6, and it's as simple as it gets. It's got these fabric inserts on the door, so it's easy to the touch. And for us here, for the tropical countries, you would appreciate these nicely padded fabric seats. They're well cushioned, and they actually offer you some sort of stability because of these bolsters on the side. So if you want to drive this aggressively, it wants you to do so. Speaking of this center console, it's also well padded. I had my worries about this because it didn't seem to look like the standard armrest that I was expecting from these kinds of cars, but it actually gives you the height that it's actually parallel to the other armrest on the left. So I think it's all good, and you can easily reach that this shifter right here. It's nice and meaty, and none of those dials BS again that you find in upper trims. Thankfully, it doesn't offer Honda's push button shifter just yet, and you still get to enjoy it. It's a CVT, so all you have to do is shift it in drive, or go to you have to press the button here. Go to G or sport mode or low gears, and no pedal shifters. Again, all you gotta do is point and shoot. It's got electronic brake hold to help you out in traffic situations. So what it does is that if you hit traffic and then you have to stop your car, it automatically puts your car into the brake position, so it doesn't go anywhere. Then just hit the accelerator, then you move forward. Unfortunately, for guys who appreciate the J-turn maneuver, you won't be able to do that in this car unless you know some way to do it with the electronic parking brake. You just have to do is push it down for it to deactivate, and then push it up to activate. Again, no brake handle, so no J-turns for you, son. You also have the some blank buttons right here, but at the bottom you have the eco mode button, so you can activate it for optimum fuel efficiency, or you can just deactivate it and deactivate the traction control, which is here, for all-out Civic fun. Now, like I said, I'm gonna show you the perfect position for driving a Civic, and as a Civic owner, I want to share it with you guys in case you want to get a Civic. So all you gotta do is position the steering wheel right here. You can easily reach it, and then push there you go. Put your armrest arm in the armrest, put this window down, and then just cruise. This is what we call the Honda bro lean. So if you want other guys to hate you, this is what you do. Let's check out the back seat and see how well it is. Okay, wow, now I'm a believer. Now remember how I did the bro lean in front, and it had to tilt the front seat all the way back? Well, I got news for you, buddy. I can still actually fit right in, no problems. I got tons of leg room, but the knee room is actually incredible, even with the seat folded all the way back. It's a little bit quite nutty how hard these plastics are, but I don't think you'll be touching any of that anytime soon because of these fabric inserts. You got cubby holes right here. And by the way, up front they got a lot more cubby holes here as well if you want to put your stuff in. Plus, oh my god, my feet can actually fit right in. It's not tucked underneath the seat like most cars and subcompacts. The Civic's gonna have none of that. It wants to treat you to all of this space, this headroom, the space you can actually tilt all the way back, and there we go. All out lounge mode. So as much as I want to drive the Civic, the back seat passengers wouldn't find this a bad place to be in as well. So props to Honda. I mean, there's not much here except for these map pockets, but map pocket, because you don't find it here. But hey, this is actually one of the best back seats I've been in, and it's a compact car. One thing that I really don't like though is that the previous Civics used to have a flat floor in the back, but this time it's got this tunnel that's kind of hindering my feet. And if you want to sit in the middle, you'll have to put all the way up, and you'll have that to contend with. Honda says that they had to put that there so that they could put in some pipings for the exhaust and improve the overall drag of the vehicle, but can't complain. This car actually just is actually more optimum if you just put in 4 passengers, but if you want to put a 5th passenger, that shouldn't be a problem, but I guess this is going to be a penalty box for them. Overall, this is really great. It's got ISOFIX tethers right there. Now comes my favorite part, the drive. All right, from the get-go, the Civic has a really good acceleration and great steering. So you can really feel the electronic power steering here. So steering is quite easy. So even steering on a single finger, that's no problems. But let's not do that. It's got a real chunky steering wheel, and hold on. Just drive real slow like. You should try, no? Okay. So we're gonna put our hands on this really chunky steering wheel, and the thing about the Civic is that it's really tuned for economical driving, but that's because the eco mode is set to on by default. Let's turn it off and then let's put it on S mode. There you go. In S mode, the gauges, it actually changes color. From green, it goes to white. No red here, that's all for the Type R. Oh, that's better. The independent McPherson struts paired with the multi-link suspension in the back. Classic Civic. It's pliable, it's planted even though you're steering it hard like that. Oh, all the stuff inside, all the loose stuff inside is moving around, but not the body. Body stays safe. But the good thing about CVT is that even while you're driving in heavy traffic, especially in heavy Manila traffic, it still gets 8 kilometers to the liter. The Civic is a blank canvas, so with the right, great brakes. I gotta hit the brakes real hard that time. My final thoughts about driving the Civic: it feels all grown up. You no longer hear the loud VTEC noise, but you can still feel everything great about that suspension. The steering's direct, fuel economy is up to par, if not even better. Then subcompact hatches or subcompact cars. This is a winner right here. And again, if Honda's given you enough room to do so much more if you do so choose, but leaving it as it is, it's a winner in my book. I feel at home. Woo-wee. All right. So as a Honda Civic fan, there are a couple of things that I really like about the Honda Civic 1.8S. At the same time, there are a couple of things that I don't like about it, but I'm gonna tell you what they are with our Philkotse score. So I start with aesthetics. I mean, come on, take a look at the 10th generation Honda Civic. If you really squint a little, and it's based on the Honda Civic Type R and not the other way around, it's got a lot of the same body lines that sports car has, especially the side panels. I'm really impressed about how it looks like. It looks like a hunched athlete ready to pounce, and heck, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Let's give it a 5 out of 5. The Honda Civic is always well known for its practicality. I mean, it's got space for days in there, and nothing is really out of place. Honda really believes in man over machine, and every little panel in the Honda Civic is definitely made to fit the most number of people and the most number of cargo space. So for practicality, we're gonna give it a 4 out of 5. Let's head over to performance. That trusty single banger under the hood, well, it makes only 141 horsepower, 174 newton meters of torque, but you can definitely feel all that. Plus, it's made for fuel economy. At 8.1 kilometers per liter in the city, that's a winner in my book. My only gripe is the CVT. I really wish that they just put in a simple automatic transmission in, but I guess Honda has its reasons, and it's got the fuel economy in mind. For performance, let's just give it 3.5 out of 5. This is where it's gonna get a little bit tricky. Let's talk about value for money. I mean, for 1.15 million pesos, it might seem quite off for you to spend all your money on a Honda Civic, right? But consider the rivals, consider your options. You've got the MG6, you've got the Hyundai Elantra, even the Toyota Corolla Altis. Of all those cars, Honda actually gains or keeps its value when down the line. 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, you'll find that you can actually still sell your Honda Civic for a good price. So for value for money, and for everything that you're gonna get for this entry-level model, let's give it a 4 out of 5. So overall, what is it going to be? I mean, I'm a Honda Civic fan. You're asking me what score I'm gonna give the Honda Civic? Well, in this particular model, in this particular variant, I think you've got a winner in your hands. Honda, just give us the freaking manual already. I mean, I love the fuel economy. I love the smoothness of the CVT, but the Civic is more than just about smoothness. It's more than just about fuel economy. It's about power. It's about fun to drive. I don't know. But still, the Honda Civic fan in me would want to give this car a high grade. So for a Philkotse score, let's give the Honda Civic 1.8S in this variant a 4 out of 5. Now, the Civic has always been synonymous with the brand Honda. I mean, it definitely personifies everything that the brand stands for. It comes to practicality, it comes to performance, excitement, and the looks. Over the years, we've known the Civic as a fun-to-drive machine. It's youthful. It's okay, it's kind of ricey if you think about it, but how I see the Civic is that it's a blank canvas. It's a slate for you to be creative. It's perfect for creatives out there because it will definitely give you everything that you want in a car, but still give you space for you to grow. Now, like I said, during the 90s, we've always borrowed our dad's or our mom's cars, and then most likely it's gonna be a Civic. So, and then they were handed over to us. We actually grew up with a Civic. It used to be a juvenile, loud, and crass. Okay, definitely I'll say it, crass kind of compact sedan, or hatchback for that matter. And then it went through puberty during the early 2000s. It didn't know what it wanted. This right here, the Honda Civic 1.8S, it's a grown-up car. It grows up with you. It definitely still has that characteristics of its old self, but it's all grown up. It now has kids. That's why you have all the space in the back. That's why you've got all the trunk space. So if you're gonna ask me what car I'm going to get personally, and my default answer to what car should I buy, I'm always gonna say Honda Civic forever, boy. So thank you so much for dropping by and watching another one of our videos here at Philkotse.com. Philkotse.com will be releasing a new video almost every week, reviewing everything and anything about cars. What is Philkotse.com? Philkotse.com is your portal for all your car buying and selling needs. All you have to do is head over to our website, hit that search button, make sure that you find the car that you want from our trusted dealers, and I'm sure you're gonna find a great deal. Just tell them that Philkotse sent you. It's gonna be all good. Also, we've got great content on the website. We've got a great writing team. We've got a great creative team. They're definitely going to help you out. It's been great, guys. Thank you for watching Philkotse.com. It's your boy, Leroy. Goodbye.